Randolph, Massachusetts. The town of Randolph is a suburban city in Norfolk County, Massachusetts, United States. At the 2010 census, the town population was 32,158. Randolph adopted a new charter effective January 2010 providing for a council-manager form of government instead of the traditional town meeting. Randolph is one of 13 Massachusetts municipalities that have applied for, and been granted, city forms of government but wish to retain the town of in their official names. It was called Cocatiquam by the local Cockatow and Ponkapoag tribes. The town was incorporated in 1793 from what was formerly the South Precinct of the town of Braintree. According to the centennial address delivered by John V. Beale, the town was named after Peyton Randolph, first president of the Continental Congress. Randolph was formerly the home of several large shoe companies. Many popular styles were made exclusively in Randolph, including the Randys. At the time of Randolph's incorporation in 1793, local farmers were making shoes and boots to augment household incomes from subsistence farming. In the next half-century, this sideline had become the town's major industry, attracting workers from across New England, Canada and Ireland and later from Italy and Eastern Europe, each adding to the quality of life in the town. By 1850, Randolph had become one of the nation's leading boot producers, shipping boots as far away as California and Australia. The decline of the shoe industry at the beginning of the 20th century led to Randolph's evolution as a suburban residential community. Boot and shoe making has been supplanted by light manufacturing and service industries. The town's proximity to major transportation networks has resulted in an influx of families from Boston and other localities who live in Randolph but work throughout the metropolitan area. Starting in the 1950s, Randolph saw significant growth in its Jewish community with the exodus of Jews from Boston's Dorchester and Mattapan neighborhoods. In 1950, 15 or 20 Jewish families lived in the town. By 1970, Randolph had about 7,000 Jewish residents, and about 9,000 in 1980, the largest such community south of Boston. At its peak, Randolph boasted a kosher butcher, Judaica shop, kosher bakery, and 2 synagogues. By the early 1990s, the population shrank to about 6,000. The inspiration for the nationally observed Smokeout Day came from Randolph High School guidance counselor Arthur Mullany, who observed in the 1969 discussion with students that he could send all of them to college if he had a nickel for every cigarette butt he found on the ground. This touched off an effort by the Randolph HS class of 1970, supported by the Randolph Rotary Club, to have local smokers give it up for a day and put the savings toward a college scholarship fund. Smokeout Day went national in 1976. Randolph is home to Lombardo's Function Facility, which originated as the Chateau de Ville. The facility is famous for its large chandelier and spiral staircase. Randolph is home to 3 nationally registered historic places. Randolph is located at 42 degrees 0924 and 71 degrees 256 W, 42.15667 degrees north, 71.04889 degrees west, 42.15667, minus 71.04889. Located 15 miles south of Boston, at the intersection of routes 128 and 24, Randolph's location has been an important factor in its economic and social history. Randolph is located in eastern Massachusetts, bordered by Milton and Quincy on the north, Braintree and Holbrook on the east, Canton on the west, and Avon and Stoughton on the south and southwest. Randolph is 15 miles south of Boston and 211 miles from New York City. According to the United States Census Bureau, the town has a total area of 10.5 square miles, of which 10.1 square miles is land and 0.4 square miles is water. It is drained by the Cockatow River and Blue Hill River, which flow into the Neponset River. As of the census of 2010, there were 32,158 people, 11,564 households, and 8,038 families residing in the city. The population density was 3,184 people per square mile. There were 11,564 housing units at an average density of 1,145.4 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 41.6% white, 38.3% Black or African American, 0.3% Native American, 12.4% Asian, 0.0% Pacific Islander, 3.7% from other races, and 3.5% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 6.4% of the population. Randolph is one of the fastest growing minority cities in America. 60% of all elementary school students are Black, 21% Hispanic, 11% white, and 8% Asian. There were 11,564 households, out of which 29.4% had children under the age of 18 living with him, 46.7% were married couples living together, 17.4% had a female householder with no husband present, and 30.5% were non-families. 24.5% of all households were made up of individuals, and 9.6% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.75 and the average family size was 3.31. In the town, the population was spread out, with 21.7% under the age of 18, 8.7% from 18 to 24, 26.5% from 25 to 44, 29.4% from 45 to 64, and 13.4% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 38 years. For every 100 females, there were 91.7 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 88.0 males. The median income for a household in the town was $55,255, and the median income for a family was $61,942. Males had a median income of $41,719 versus $32,500 for females. The per capita income for the town was $23,413. About 5.5% of families and 6.5% of the population were below the poverty line, including 4.5% of those under age 18 and 5.0% of those age 65 or over. Randolph is situated in the greater Boston area, which has excellent rail, air, and highway facilities. State Route 128 and Interstate Route 495 divide the region into inner and outer zones, which are connected by numerous spokes providing direct access to the airport, port, and intermodal facilities of Boston. The principal highways are the concurrent Interstate 93 and US Route 1, which clips the northern edge of the town, parallel north-south State Massachusetts Route 24 and Massachusetts Route 28. Massachusetts Route 139 runs east-west through the town. Commuter rail service to South Station, Boston, is available on the Middleborough line from the Holbrook/Randolph rail station located on the Holbrook/Randolph Town line and Union Street. The MBTA Red Line is accessible in Braintree and Quincy. Randolph is a member of the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, which provides fixed route service to Quincy Adams, Quincy Center, and Ashmont stations. Randolph is served by Bus 240 from Ashmont Station and the 238 bus from Quincy Center Station. The MBTA also provides the Ride, a paratransit service for the elderly and disabled. The Brockton Area Transit Authority provides bus service to Brockton from Ashmont and vice versa. The Norwood Memorial Airport, a reliever facility, is easily accessible. It has two asphalt runways, 4001x150 and 4007x150. Instrument approaches available, non-precision. However, the majority of Randolph residents use Logan International Airport for air transportation. Randolph was originally governed by a representative town meeting form of government. In a special election on April 7, 2009, the town adopted a new charter that became effective in January 2010, changing the town's form of government to a council-manager system. The current town manager is David C. Murphy. Current town council members are: Randolph has a high school serving grades 9 to 12, a middle school serving grades 6, 7, and 8, and 4 elementary schools serving grades K-5. Pre-elementary education is provided at the respective home schools, the Charles G. Devine Early Childhood Center having been closed in 2007. As part of the Blue Hills Regional School District, Randolph students entering the 9th grade may opt to attend the Blue Hills Regional Technical School, commonly referred to as Blue Hills, or the Norfolk County Agricultural High School, known as Aggie, instead of Randolph High School. The school system is run by the school committee.